Madam Governor.
Senator Mandago, just put your finger there. That was part of my intervention, so let conclude it. Your answer, can you clarify? Because the counsel for the county assembly tried to get it from you, but he didn't push you well. This is the time. Were you deliberately avoiding the county secretary because he was not going to take instructions from you to give evidence in the manner you want to protect yourself?
No, I was not avoiding the county secretary because of any issue, but the chief of staff has always been with me in the meetings that most of the accusations has arrived from.
I put it to you that you need to persuade us better, because there is a County Government Act that clearly specifies the county secretary as the custodian of the responsibilities that your chief of staff has been discharging the whole afternoon. Can you convince us?
I stand guided chair that at no time that I have chosen to work with the chief of staff and then neglect the county secretary.
Are you aware of the County Government Act?
Yes.
And if you are, why did you bypass the responsible officer who is the county secretary? Instead, you bring here the chief of staff.
I thought this is a matter that is personal and not a county government case. Being my case, then I chose someone who understands the issues better. But if it was a county government case, the best person would have been county secretary.
Mandago, go on.
Thank you very much, Chair. Now, Madam Governor, in your own affidavit, on the reappointment of the cabinet, of the county secretary, your statement reads, the allegation of illegal reappointment is denied, and that the governor averts that the current county secretary was appointed in the previous regime and went through vetting by the county assembly, in which the mover of the impeachment motion participated in approval. His contract was extended by the previous governor without approval of the county assembly. Please underline, without approval of the county assembly. And the governor had to extend the contract again, owing to the crucial role the exiting county secretary plays in forming the new government. Just as I stopped there, when we asked your chief of staff, who has committed that he knows everything that goes around in there, your chief of staff said that the extended contract by the previous governor had not expired. Why was it necessary to reappoint? Two, you are already aware, Madam Governor, that the previous governor did not submit this county secretary for vetting by the county assembly as required. Did you have to continue with the same mistake that the previous governor had committed?
Honorable Senator, when I assumed office, I met Rufus Meriti, who is the county secretary for Meru, and he was mandated to be the chair of transition for a certain period. I chose to, at least for a few months, to continue working with him. I sought advice from my legal team and also the board, who affirmed that the contract had not lapsed. So I had no otherwise other than to make a statement of intent that I will be willing to work with him even after this, if at all the Public Service Board agrees with my statement of intent.
Senator Mandago, I'll come back to you another round. Let me now open up to another senator. Esther, you saw your
just, Governor, because
again.
I didn't spend my time laying the ground, allow me to ask one question, just one. so that you come back the next round.
Senator, because you're my neighbor, I know those might be your winding remarks, and I want you in this meeting up to the end. So just
Quickly. Madam Governor, on charge number 2, incitement, bullying, vilification, and misleading campaigns against elected leaders. Did you, at any given time, call the MCAs by the word in Kimeru, Mberwa, which I am made to understand is fox?
I have not.
In dealing with matters at the ward, Madam Governor, are you aware that part of the responsibilities of the MCAs, and I want to draw your attention to the County Government Act, Section 9 on the role of members of County Assembly, 1A, that says, a member of County Assembly shall maintain a close contact with the electorate and consult them on issues before or under discussion in the County Assembly. Madam Governor, don't you think it was within the mandate of the County Assembly members to engage the residents of their various wards on the matters of this impeachment?
I don't deny it was their mandate, but the process and the way the MCAs conducted was wrong.
Madam Governor, when the MCAs didn't approve your nominees for CCs, did you go ahead to reorganize your government so that the rest of the departments were collapsed under only 3 CCs?
Yes, Honorable Senator, after they approved only 3 CCs, with the advice, we reorganized as we sought to take some more names for approval later.
Are you aware that if you have to reorganize government, you must have a CC approval? And in this case, we are serving CCs who are to serve to the end of the term. Therefore, you needed to comply with that provision before reorganizing your government. And do you think in that reorganization, it was going to be effective for service delivery for the people of Meru County?
The reorganization we made, Honorable Senator, was not a permanent solution. It was a short-term mitigation as we take other names for consideration.
Yes, but what I'm asking, are you aware even that short-term reorganization needed the approval of the County Executive Committee meeting?
By then, we had no County Executive Committee.
Madam Governor, are you aware that the County Government Act provides that serving CCs serve in office up to until the new CCs are...
And you made certain utterances. Is that correct or not correct?
It is not correct because from the videos that have been played here, there is nowhere that I've mentioned any of the 2 said leaders.
But you mentioned not sharing any bread. You said you are not ready for nusumkate. What were you making reference to?
I was making reference to the MCAs who had already demanded that they want a share to themselves, and then they leave the bigger share to me, as we saw from the clips.
So you were making reference to MCAs who had made a request or a demand to have a share of your government?
Yes.
Have you at any time personally made any statements against the person of the Member of Parliament for Tigania East, Honorable Mporo Abori?
No.
You have not. Has the said Member of Parliament ever sought from you an apology or complaint for any form of vilification or humiliation?
No.
Chair, I have had a comment from one of the members. Thank you for that guidance.
Order. Address plenary from this chair. What are you saying?
Chair, I have had a comment, and if my memory serves me right, from the Senator of Meru. I was wondering whether that ought to be responded to.
Comment which day?
Right now, I have had a comment from the Honorable Senator.
No, the only things you can respond to, Council, are things that are brought to your attention through the chair. The chair has not invited the MP for Tigania to address us. Until he addresses us is when you respond.
Thank you, Chair, for the guidance.